Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to Monster Legends. It is time for a Monster Legends sneak peek video. I am using Chinchilla leaks if you want to follow along for yourself. As always, I like to preface this video by saying everything we're about to go over, it is not official, it is not confirmed. Alright, now let's get into the fun stuff. Let's see what we have. Whoops, dropped my phone. Alright, Master Goldfield. Magic support with trade disable and stamina removal skills. So I have seen players mention them in the comments that we're going to trade disable monster. But is he any good? I wonder if he's going to have both single and AoE, and if he's going to be able to do like per then trade disable, because that's always valuable, right? Like if you're facing a Pangoliath behind a pure Pandoff, you got to get rid of the evasion before you can trade disable. But let's find out. Forget Your Roots removes tortures. That's actually pretty valuable in this era of 7 Sins and Beast. Every monster has dots. We have new dots, so that could be valuable. Removes all control status effects from allies. Alright, also, I feel like SP is bringing back deniers, so being able to remove control skills makes sense. However, it only really makes sense if this monster himself is immune to control. That way, you can find yourself in a situation where you're facing like a Teddy Bomb. Teddy Bomb does his AoE stun, you don't get stunned, and then you're able to use the skill and remove the stun. At the same time, I do think maybe, if I remember, OG Goldfield was immune to stun, so maybe he will have immune to stun, but immune to control would be really better. Chains of Disappear, Curse, and Stamina Leak. I don't think you'll run this. Energy Channeling, double damage and precision to all allies. I want to say the OG one had a single target. So this is nice. Anytime you can buff your attacker and increase the accuracy, very nice. Removes positive effects from one enemy. Deals heavy magic damage and curse. So we have Per and Curse. Alright, that's better. I would run that. Removes negative effects from allies. Okay, you got to run this. Anytime you can remove negative effects, you do it. And you also give your whole team stamina. And there it is. Disables trait and then removes positive effects from everyone. Interesting. So, if you're facing like, the team I use is Zul, Pangoliath, and Stock Killer. If the enemy was to use this against me, they would trade disable Pangoliath, and then I would lose my status caster anticipation. And this is assuming I didn't get like a, I don't know, positive effect protection or a dodge area with Zul. But interesting take on this. So against status caster Megaton monsters, you would trade disable them, and then you get rid of their Megataunt, but not the allies. This is potentially really useful against like Marimotus, who has Taunt as a trait, and then Megataunt Status Caster, and then you get rid of both the Taunt and the Megataunt. Interesting. So potentially against Pangoliath, it can be useful. Now the question is, how useful is this monster going to be in PvP? It really depends on how often you fight Pangoliaths, right? I'm trying to think who else. Like, I guess Poseidonias and Fruit Tasters and monsters that are immune to dots, it's really good if you can trade disable them. Reading at the bottom, moderate magic and trade disable everyone. So it's potentially really useful, right? So you have a single for dodge area monsters too, and then you have an AoE. So if you're facing like the Triple Nature team, you could do energy trick on the enemy Slumster, trade disable him, and then get rid of positive effects from everyone, including him now the dodge area is gone. So especially since they start off with like life regen, stamina regen, whatever, that's all gone. Then you stamina leak, so that's cool. And then you can trade disable the immune to torture from Fruit Taster and Poseidonia. Now the biggest issue is there's a lot of cleansing, right? Slumster can just do his what's it called? Is it Follow Me? Removes positive effects from everyone and applies evasion. No, I think Follow Me is the Follow Me might be the single target one. I don't know. But the point is, there's a lot of cleansing. So, I'm conflicted on how I feel about this monster. Is he going to be meta? I'm inclined to say no. I don't know how many players want to rely on this. I suppose you could make an argument like, oh, but Demonic Pack, and then you can trade disable, and then deny, and chain deny. I don't know. I'm leaning more towards no. I think it'll be fun to use this monster in wars. There's lots of situations I can see where, yeah, if everything aligns, I'm going to trade disable your Megataunt. If you have Pango, I'm going to trade disable him. Or if you have a Status Caster, I have cleansing skills, and then follow up with the Giant. I can see that, but for the most part, I don't know. You guys, let me know what you think. In terms of a skill set, immediately I can probably say I would run these 4 skills, which is funny because I'd forego this. And as cool as it is to double damage your attacker, honestly, I'd rather cleanse most of the times, considering, again, there's so many dots in the game. The beasts, 7 sins, you get so many negative effects, or so many dots. So, yeah, I think I'd do the bottom 4. We have, is it Firius? Fire tank with burns and healing skills. Burns, does that mean lots of burn skills or like ignite, boiling? Healing skills, let's find out. Ignite to all enemies, life regen. That's pretty cool. This monster's doing a lot. I feel like we don't really see this. Like, you will have attacks that are like, deals an AoE against the enemy and heal your team. But this monster's like, I'm going to apply a dot to the enemy. I'm not damaging them, just doing a dot. So you're not triggering stuff. I'm going to life regen to my team. And I'm going to heal by 20 myself. Pretty cool. Moderate fire damage heals everyone by 25. Okay. So this one does deal damage. So if you have like a burnt blood, you could apply boiling potentially. Low fire damage, spammable. Life regen and immune to freeze. Moderate fire damage heals by 20. Burn and heals by 20%. Look, another skill. So we have ignite and we have burn. They don't deal damage, so they don't trigger stuff on the enemy. And then you're just hitting them with dots. And you're healing your team. So heals team by 20. Life regen to the team. Burn and heals by 20. Spammable, guys. This is spammable. Moderate fire damage, burn, and heals by 40. Wow, talk about sustainability. So almost every attack this monster does either heals himself or his team. At the same time, you're dotting the enemy. So in a way, this is almost like a fruit taster. I think, looking at the skills, I'm just like, this monster's whatever. It says he's a tank with burn and healing skills. I think it's going to depend on the trait. Overall, I think SP is probably going to give him like hardened or tough and like a status caster 50% shield, something like that. If this monster was to have immune to torture and taunt, I think that makes him like very, very valuable. Because then he's applying dots to the enemy, he's life regen, and he's doing healing with like every single attack. So that would just pump up your teammates so much. But I don't think SP is going to do that. Heck, even if he just had immune to torture, the way Fruit Taster does, he'd be so annoying to deal with because every attack is like heal 40%, heal 20%, life regen and heal 20%. My teammates are healing 20%. So even just having immune to torture, he'd be as annoying as a Fruit Taster. But what are the odds SP does that? I don't think they're going to do that. But yeah, right now I would kind of agree with the poop emoji. But it really does depend on the trait, guys. A trait can make or break a monster. Just look at the exclusive bounty on monster, Shiv. Now that she has dodge area, she is on a whole different league. Yeah, there she is right there. Alright, we have new talents, everyone. Angelic Gauntlet. After damaging with a skill, applies Repentance, which is a guard down essentially, to damaged enemies, and applies Total Blind. That's interesting. So, Total Blind to everyone. Notice that they say after damaging with a skill, and damaged enemies, and all damaged enemies. So they're being very specific. It's a way to make all of your monsters a denier, assuming you just blast an AoE. However, Total Blind is not the best denial, right? It's not an absolute zero. It's not a mega freeze. But Total Blind is a way to stop the enemy. Like if it's Poseidon next in the turn order, you better hope it does a healing skill. If it's the AI or cleanses or something. But if it attacks, too bad, so sad. Fruit Taster could go, oh, you're blinded. Too bad, so sad. So I like it. It's not the craziest thing though. And then you deal light damage to damage enemies. After damaging with a skill, applies a 2-turn damage reduction to all enemies. Okay, after damaging with a skill, deals metal damage to a random enemy. And 1 turn of total damage reduction. Guys, there's a lot of RNG. I've noticed that, like some newer talents, like 7 cents, just a random dot, right? Here is a torture to a random enemy. Or sorry, a total damage reduction to a random enemy. Can you imagine, like, you're facing the enemy has this on defense, and it clutches into your attacker. You were about to win, and your attacker has total damage reduction, and you couldn't cleanse, so you just have to recharge. And then the enemy ends up winning just because you couldn't attack. Just because there was a 33.3% chance it went on your attacker and it did. That'd be annoying. It even has 2 uses. After damaging with a skill, if the wearer's life is below 50, deals dark damage and applies res block. That's bad. I love the name though, Pale Horse. Dark Passenger. When turn starts, if wearer is under control status, possession... Oh gosh, guys. Forget what I said about SP bringing deniers back, because this kills deniers. When the turn starts, if the wearer is under control status, this removes control status from the wearer and applies a random control to a random enemy. Again, keeping up with the RNG, it has 3 uses. You literally cannot deny anymore. This is basically like, what's that one talent? Sin Eater. This is basically Sin Eater from Lord Nabodus' saga. Because the way Sin Eater works is if your monster has a dot, it cleanses all negative effects. All negative effects. So if you're controlled, but you have a dot, negative effects gone. And because we have Beast in the game, you always start the game off with a dot, unless you're immune to torture. But now with this talent, if you even try to deny, if you use Teddy Bomb to Mega Stun and Stun, if you use Zyrun to do random control, hey, it's my turn, I'm under control, let me wipe that away, and then let me randomly deny one of you. That's really good. And what's crazy about talents like this, that only triggers when you're in control status effects and then cleanses, is that it's not like which one? It's not like the status caster ones, right? So it's not like immune to control at the start of, oh, like Ancient Cloak. Ancient Cloak gives you anticipation at the start of the battle. I'm sorry, as cool as that is, there's so much cleansing that goes on that you can just get rid of it and then, you know, the talent wasted its use. This thing only triggers when that control status is in effect. I think this is going to be a meta war talent. This is going to be used in PvP. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. The meta doesn't really use control so much. Like, I do have Lord Inheritor, and I will try to possess like the enemy Lord Inheritor and Poseidonias when I have a chance. But for the most part, it's just like raw damage output that you use. So I don't know how much it'll be used in PvP, but definitely it's going to be like, overall though, it is a top tier talent. Like, it's going to be used. We have Golemnoid. Alright, probably another like, I don't know, maze monster. We've been getting so many Earth of them. Earth maze monsters. Alright, we have Binkson, Colonel Pip, Mephisto, Legends, Past, Doomsday Era, Season 4. It looks like Master Goldfield is the free monster. And so I'm probably not going to be ranking them up easily. Yeah, anytime it's the free-to-play Legends Pass monster, it's just so hard to rank them up. I have to invest. I got to use them in the rank up survival, and most of the time, I either bought the Golden Legends Pass and want to rank up that monster, or I bought the exclusive pass and I want to rank up that monster, or the Tails monster is really good. So unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be using them much. If only use the PvP monster, I would use them. Elvira, they're confirmed in the sneak. Remember, it's a sneak. That it's going to be the Golden Legends Pass monster of season 4. Master Goldfield Chapter 8. Elvira Chapter 7. This is pretty spot on. What else do we have? Golden Pass. Oh yeah, so here. Oh, so PvP monster is that taunt monster that is probably going to disappoint us again. But if SP changes his mind and gives him immune to torture, he could probably be used a lot. Uriela Divine, I'm looking forward to that monster. Goldfield, again, trade disable, but PvP, but free Legends Pass, so I don't know. Elvira, probably get her, rank her up. Oh, he's a frat monster. Alright, Uriela Divine, and then following monster will be available, so we already know all this. Fooder, Monsterwood, Elvira, description, Instagram verified. How do they know they're going to get verified? Or they already verified and then they're going to give us the gifts? What else do we have? It looks like we're getting a challenge event for Valentine's Day. Trait. Oh, look at this. Status caster. 100% shield. I guarantee you it's going to go to this guy. Again, speculation, but it just makes sense since he's a taunt monster. He looks pretty cool. I like it. So it looks like he's going to probably hold a cane, and it'd probably have to be a shield if he's a tank. But yeah, he's probably going to be able to recover stamina, so that's cool. I guess we'll see. Look at him. Alright, and new monsters. Neredia, which is like the rare monster. Looks like we might get a mythic version of her. And then Bionic YouTuber mythic. So guys, that is it. I am caught up as of yesterday, 1:52 a.m. I'm recording this on January 29th, Saturday. Let me know what you guys thought about everything we went over. Any of the monsters, do they impress you? I'm probably most impressed with the, was it Dark Horse? Because Pale Horse was the bad one. Or Dark Passenger. Dark Passenger. I'm most impressed with this. It's probably going to be the Paywall talent. And I think this monster, only way this monster has usability if he's a taunt with a immune to torture, then he would be used. But I doubt that's going to happen. And as much as I like the trade disable and it could be fun to use, I'm probably not going to invest in this monster since he's a Legends Pass monster. It's just too hard to rank up. I don't even think he'll be meta. Let me know if you guys think he'll be meta in the comments below. Because I suppose, again, like, against Pango bases, you can trade disable, remove positive effects from everyone else. If they just get rid of the trade disable, you have to deal with Megatons again, but then you have another trade disable skill. But if you do have Master Goldfield going first, so like 3 speed, and then follow up with a Denier, a Zyra, and a Sealed Kara, anyone, you could stun, right? Assuming they're not immune to it. Again, the problem is the meta has so much taunt dodge area. If you do face taunt dodge area, you'd have to do your AoE on the taunt monster to get rid of it, and then you can single trade disable one of the dodge area monsters. And if it's a Snumpster, he's just going to cleanse away from his team, and that'd be annoying. But yeah, guys, let me hear your thoughts. Do you think Master Goldfield will be meta? I'm leaning more toward the no camp. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts, and yeah, what interested you the most? Any thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.